जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहार। जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। जय जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जनवल्लभा यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन। यशोदानंदन यमुना तीरावनचारी। यमुना तीरावनचारी। यमुना जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा राम राम हरे हरे। जय राधा वृंदावन बिहारी राधा, वृंदावन बिहारी राधा, वृंदावन बिहारी राधे। जय वृंदावन बिहारी राधा, वृंदावन बिहारी राधे। जय श्री गौरांगो जय श्री गौरांगो जय जय श्री गौरांग श्री गौरांग श्री गौरांग जय श्री गौरांग जय राधा मदन मोहन ललिता देवी राधा मदन मोहन ललिता देवी जय राधा मदन मोहन ललिता देवी राधा जय गिरि गोवर्धन गिरि गोवर्धन गिरि गोवर्धन जय गिरि गोवर्धन जय गिरि गोवर्धन गिरि गोवर्धन जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय गुरुदेव की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् शृण्वतां स्वकथा कृष्ण पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनः हृदयन्तस्थोय भद्राणि विधुनोति सुहृत्सताम् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी तदा रजस्तमो भाव कामलोभादयश्च ये चेतयेतेरनाविद्धं स्थितं सत्त्वे प्रसीदति एवं प्रसन्नमनसो भगवद्भक्तियोगतः भगवत्तत्त्वविज्ञानं मुक्तसङ्गस्य जायते भिद्यते हृदयग्रन्थिश्छिद्यन्ते सर्वसंशयः क्षीयन्ते चास्य कर्माणि दृष्ट एवात्मनीश्वरे अतो वै कवयो नित्यं भक्तिं परमयामुधा वासुदेवे भगवती कुर्वन्त्यात्मा प्रसादिनी। Hare Krishna. Today we are reading from Canto 7, Chapter 4, verse 24. तेषाम् आविर्भूद्वाणी अरूपा मेघनिष्वणा सन्नादयन्ति ककुभः साधूनां भयङ्करी तेषामाविर्भूद्वाणी अरूपा मेघनिष्वना सन्नादयन्ति ककुभः साधूनां भयङ्करी तेषामाविर्भूद्वाणी अरूपा मेघनिष्वना सन्नादयन्ति ककुभः साधूनाम भयंकरी. Anybody? Nishamavira Bhudvani. Mataji's. Eshamavira Bhudvani. Tesham, in front of all of them. Avir Bhoot, appeared. Vani, a voice. Arupa, without a form. Megha Niswana, resounding like the sound of a cloud. Sannadayanti, causing to vibrate. Kakubaha, all directions. Sadhunam, of the saintly persons. Abhayankari, driving away the fearful situation. Translation by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedant Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Then there appeared before them a transcendental sound vibration emanating from a personality not visible to material eyes. The voice was as grave as the sound of a cloud, and it was very encouraging, driving away all fear. There is no purport to this. We will be reading verse 25 and 26 also. I will just read on my own. Ma bhaishta vibudha shreshta sarvesham bhadramastu vaha maddarshanam hi bhutanam sarve shreyopapattaye gyatam etasya dauryatmam daitya pasadasya daiteya pasadasya yat tasya shantim karishyami kalam tavat pratikshata. Ma, do not bhaista fears, vibudha shreshtaha, O best of learned persons, sarvesham, of all, bhadram, the good fortune, astu, let there be, vaha, unto you, mad darshanam, the seeing of me, or offering of prayers to me, or hearing about me, all of which are absolute, he indeed, bhutanam, of all living entities, sarva shreya, of all good fortune, upapattaye, for the attainment, gyatam, known, etasya, of this, dauratmyam, the nefarious activities, dateya apasadasya, of the great demon Hiranyakashipu, yat, which, tasya, of this, shantim, cessation, karishyami, I shall make, kalam, time, tavat, until that, pratikshata, just wait. Translation: The voice of the Lord vibrated as follows: O best of learned persons, O best of learned persons, do not fear. I wish all good fortune to you. Become my devotees by hearing and chanting about me and offering me prayers. For these are certainly meant to award benedictions to all living entities. I know all about the activities of Hiranyakashipu and shall surely stop them very soon. Please wait patiently until that time. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Sometimes people are very much eager to see God. In considering the word Mad Darshanam, seeing me, which is mentioned in this verse, one should note that in Bhagavad Gita the Lord says, Bhaktya Mam Abhijanati. In other words, the ability to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or to see Him or talk with Him, depends on one's advancement in devotional service, which is called Bhakti. In Bhakti there are 9 different activities: Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam. Because all these devotional activities are absolute, there is no fundamental difference between worshipping the deity in the temple, seeing Him and chanting His glories. Indeed, all of these are ways of seeing Him. For everything done in devotional service is a means of direct contact with the Lord. The vibration of the Lord's voice appeared in the presence of all the devotees, and although the person vibrating the sound was unseen to them, they were meeting or seeing the Lord because they were proffering prayers and because the vibration of the Lord was present. Contrary to the laws of the material world, there is no difference between seeing the Lord, offering prayers, and hearing the transcendental vibration. Pure devotees, therefore, are fully satisfied by glorifying the Lord. Such glorification is called Kirtana. Performing Kirtana and hearing the vibration of the sound, Hare Krishna, is actually seeing the Supreme Personality of Godhead directly. One must realize his position, and then one will be able to understand the absolute nature of the Lord's activities. Om Ajnantimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Sabadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tvam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kant Radha Kant Namastute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे. Oh, no screen. So they can't see the screen. Oh, so they cannot see the screen. Okay.
If this goes to projector or the
Okay. 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 Hare Krishna. I wanted to actually show a PowerPoint deck. The challenge is that I think we are showing it online, so unable to show here to people. I don't know if people can see on their phone. Can they see on the phone? Because I'll be breezing through a lot of slides, so better if people are able to see, whoever can see on the phone. Can you see on the phone? Okay, okay, so you can let us know if it shows up. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. I feel extremely grateful for this opportunity to be able to be here in Govardhan Eco Village Dham in front of such exalted devotees here, and also many exalted devotees online. Thank you so much for this most blessed opportunity to be able to share. I am already will share with you that I am taking the privilege or the opportunity to share with you. We will talk briefly about the verse, and then I will share primarily about the Bhaktivedant University upcoming and the Bhaktivedant Research Center, which also has a branch here in Govardhan Eco Village. So do I have the permissions for you to do so? Thank you so much. In this particular verse from the 7th canto, and we just celebrated the most auspicious Narsingha Chaturdashi, we can see here that the verse actually talks about that when the Devatas got literally terrorized by the greatest of all demons, we can say Hiranyakashipu, then they approached the Lord. And here is the reciprocation of the Lord, which is happening. It's very interesting, the reciprocation of the Lord is happening here through Vani and not through Vapu, right? The translation actually said that a strong transcendental vibration happened which was resounding like the cloud, but there was no form seen. It was just the Vani. It said Arupa. That means there was no form of the Lord being seen. So that nicely ties into what we will be talking about, because here we will be talking about Vani. Okay. So now there are actually a few different aspects which are mentioned here about the Vani. First, the Vani sounded like Megh Nishwana. Megh Nishwana. That means it was resounding like a cloud. It was roaring, literally. So the sound of the Lord, that means whatever the Lord has to say, in fact we can say in the larger sense, the knowledge system of the Lord resounds like a cloud. It's not just a tiny puny sound. It resounds like a cloud. And it is not just in big volume. With that volume, where all does it go? He said, Sannadayanti kakubaha. Sannadayanti kakubaha means it is vibrating in all directions. Yeah? It's vibrating in all directions. So the sound of the Lord, whatever the message of the Lord, is vibrating, and we should also say should vibrate in all directions. Do you agree? In all directions? Okay. And what is the effect of that? Sadhunam abhayankari. That's pretty self-explanatory. Sadhunam abhayankari. So here we have some super exalted sadhus sitting. So we can see that when the Lord's message becomes prominent or vibrates, then the sadhus find it extremely encouraging, and it drives away all their fear. So these are some very beautiful. It sounds like a cloud, vibrates in all directions, and is very encouraging, and drives away all the fear of the sadhus. Okay? And there are other aspects which then about the Lord speaks in the later. So whenever it does show up in the PowerPoint, it is showing up? It is showing up now in the PowerPoint. Okay, right. So then the Lord talks about a few aspects. First of all, he says, do not fear, ma bhaishta. So Lord himself is saying, because now I am speaking, right? I am there in the form of sound, do not fear. In fact, Srila Prabhupada was asked one time, what do you feel when you chant the holy name? And Srila Prabhupada said, I feel fearless. I feel fearless. I feel fearless. It's a profound thing. So, that means the Lord actually, when the Lord speaks, when the Lord's knowledge system speaks, then there is no fear. There is no cause of fear. Otherwise, there is cause of fear in this world, always. And Sarvesham Bhadramastu. What is the effect of this? He is saying, I am here to bestow all good fortune onto everyone. Sarvesham Bhadramastu. And also uses, again states pretty much the same thing. He says, Sarva Shreya. Something is very important. That means it is said more than once. So it is Sarva Shreya also means pretty much the same. The highest and greatest fortune will come to all of you. Right? So we can be rest assured when the Lord's Vani will vibrate, then the greatest and highest fortune will be available in all directions to everyone, and there is no cause for any fear. Good news? Okay? Hari Bol. So, and another most important word in this second 25th verse is Mad Darshanam. So, then Prabhupada talks about that in the purport also. So what is the meaning of darshanam of the Lord? That the Lord is going to give darshan. Everybody is talking, people talk about, can you show me God? Where is God? Etc. But here, even to the devatas, the Lord did not appear in his form. He was arupa. So he appeared as his Vani. And that Vani, my Lord is very clearly specifying that Lord, that Vani is what? That Vani is my darshan. Mad darshanam. Once you hear the Vani, you got the darshan of the Lord. Okay. So now we may say, so you can see the great benefits of this Vani. Vibrating in all directions, resounding like a cloud, providing the greatest ever benefits to everyone. And that he says twice. He also says that he will, although Hiranyakashipu, and we heard before how he was terrorizing the universe, he was completely conquering. Even the Devatas were so afraid of him, were running away from him, like that. He said that he is going to kill he is going to kill Hiranyakashipu. He is going to stop all of this, so do not fear at all. So, in a sense, all kinds of good news in all directions and everything negative to stop. If and only if Lord's Vani is there. Right? Now, how does it apply to us here? What does it mean for us, Lord's Vani? There they were directly hearing the Lord's Vani, right? But the Lord's Vani to us applies in terms of whatever He has left for us in the form of His Vani, right? So what is the status of that Vani in the world today, by the way? What is the status of Lord's Vani in the world today? Yes, that's good, absolutely. And that's what Srila Prabhupada did. He didn't want to do anything small, chasing the rhinos. So ISKCON is able to distribute 50 crores. In fact, now I have the latest statistics. It says 60 crore, I think. We are trying to get the latest statistics now. In terms of at least the total number of books, the Bhagavad Gita just itself maybe is is 60 crores. Okay, that's there. So this is, you could see Gauravani Pracharine is the mission of ISKCON, to be able that this Vani has to spread in all directions, has to resound like a cloud, because that's what is going to bring the greatest, what is get Sarva Shreya, Sarvesham Bhadramastu. That's what is going to give the greatest. But this Vani actually has this, Srila Prabhupada has done, but Srila Prabhupada has also left a lot for us to do, because the status is not so great as what we think sitting in this. So let's try to capture some of where the status is and what other steps we can do and we are trying to do in order to spread this Vani really across all the directions, resounding like a cloud. So here we see that, if you are able to see all the screens, we have a crying and dying mother. And that is Mother Shastra actually. Mother Shastra is crying and dying. Why do we say that? Because you see, all of this knowledge, by the way, is not supposed to be just only to be distributed on the streets, etc., right? It is supposed to be also in the formal universities, or not? Should it be or no? Should be there in the formal academic system also. As Krishna says that I am antar bahir avastitam. Or Kunti Maharani says, that means it should be inside also, outside also. So inside the formal academic system, outside of the formal academic system also, Krishna's knowledge has to be there, his Vani has to be there, right? He didn't say the cloud is only vibrating at one place. The cloud is vibrating all over, all the places. But if you see here, there used to be universities like this. There was a Nalanda University. It was existing more than 1,000 years ago. It had 9 million manuscripts. It had 10,000 students, 2,000 teachers, one of the top universities in the world, in Nalanda, in Bihar, in the present day Bihar. But it was completely burnt to ashes in 1206 AD. Completely burnt to ashes. In fact, it's recorded in world history that way. And 3 years after that, 3 years after this burning of the Nalanda University, 1206 AD, in 1209 AD, another university was born. And that was the Cambridge University. I just came back from London, by the way. And the Cambridge University is very close by there. That University of Cambridge is now where? What is the status of Cambridge University? It's one of the top universities in the world. But what is the status of Nalanda? Or any other universities like Nalanda, which were there, like Takshila or others, or so many other institutions that were there. What is their status? They are hardly to be seen. They are coming up now, like Nalanda is being brought back as a symbol now. In fact, the same status applies to even the Sanskrit toll schools in Navadvip, was the high seat of learning. Right? But where are those schools of Sanskrit in Navadvip also right now? They hardly exist. Because all of these knowledge system has been deliberately destroyed. They were deliberately destroyed. And later on, when the Britishers came 200 years ago, that's the way they dominated India. And that's the way India is literally almost being dominated. Now there are some developments which are happening, with the current governments being more favorable. But otherwise, even after 75 years of independence, we were just following. Britishers completely removed this. That's how they conquered India, by the way. Not by the sword, but by the pen. They made sure that the knowledge system which India was based on was completely removed from the system. That's what all of us studied. We never studied any of the Vedic knowledge system as part of our education system, one of the greatest strategies. And that way, India also actually came down in terms of its prosperity too. Sone ki Chidiya was the one of the materially most prosperous countries in the world, came down like anything to become one of the poor countries in the world. So you see, if you follow Narayan and Narayan's knowledge system, Lakshmi follows. But because Narayan's knowledge system was removed, which is what was talked about in this verse, then Lakshmi also went. And this is, even now, this knowledge system lying in manuscripts all over the country. There are 1 crore plus, 10 million plus manuscripts across India, and 96.7% of them are not even digitized. That means they are on the verge of extinction. There are pictures of our, of the manuscripts in Bangladesh, Bengal, etc. And if you look at Gaudiya Vaishnava literary heritage, 1/3 of the books are lost. 1/3 of the books are lost in Gaudiya Vaishnava. Hardly 1/3 of the books of Gaudiya Vaishnava literary heritage are translated. Hardly 1/3. It's more than 7. So isn't that a shock to many of us? We think everything of Gaudiya Vaishnava is available. No. In fact, a lot of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's works are lost. They were even, deliberately destroyed by, unfortunately, some of his own disciples who strayed away. Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur's own works are also lost. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur's 1/3 books are lost. So even our recent Acharya's books are lost. What a tragedy is that, isn't it? But if Prabhupada's books were lost from this world, or even if some of them, would that be a tragedy? Right? That's what we are all standing upon. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur's, Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur's works have been lost and all that. So this knowledge system, which is the most profound, most ancient, most comprehensive knowledge system in the world, is, covers all kinds of topics. In fact, Srila Prabhupada is talking about here, in every department of material science, there is a perfection to be achieved, and to achieve it, one must consult the Vedic literature. If you want to achieve perfection in any field of knowledge, including material knowledge, you have to consult Vedic literature. So you can receive from the Vedas all different types of knowledge, social, political, scientific, and there are so many departments of knowledge, even engineering, medical science, etc. Direct quote from Srila Prabhupada. And so you can see all of this knowledge, and yoga and Ayurveda nobody else so even prove so powerful. And here in GEV itself, yoga being practiced like anything. So all of this knowledge has to come back. So a lot of attempt has been made even within ISKCON to try to bring back this knowledge, distributing on the streets, like you just said. Crores of books have been distributed on the streets. Then regular Bhagavatam classes that are happening right now. There are structured courses like Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav. But what is missing largely is this third part, which is formal education. All of this also has to come back into the mainstream formal academia. Is that a good idea? So that part is largely missing. So that is a Bhaktivedant University and Research Center. This primarily trying to work to bring all of this knowledge into formal academia. If you agree with that, let's say Hari Bol. Thank you so much for your kind blessings. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. Here is one of the very senior leaders in the movement here, and he is saying that 40 acres is waiting in Govardhan Eco Village, and here we'll talk about how it's in Vrindavan and in Mayapur and all of these places. All of this is there. And how is this Shastra being served? The Shastra is served, let's say Shastra Vigraha is served, Archa Vigraha is served by doing Aarti, making a temple, offering Bhoga, doing Kirtan, etc. like that, right? That's how you serve the Archa Vigraha. How do you serve the Shastra Vigraha? You do Sangrahan, Sanrakshan, Pradarshan, Anusandhan, Prakashan and Sikshan. So you collect them, the rare manuscripts, you preserve them physically and digitally, you do exhibitions, you do research work, you do publications, and then finally education. And a lot of this has happened with tens and thousands of books and manuscripts being preserved, tens and thousands of books, libraries, here in Govardhan Eco Village also, books, there are tens and thousands of books being physically and digitally preserved, exhibitions being done. In fact, there is going to be more exhibitions being, museums being done in Govardhan Eco Village also. And then research work, there are more than 50 plus actually now research projects, not just 30. 23 books have already come out. 23 books have already come out. And many more are in the line. And then a lot of masters, PhDs, other works have been happening. In fact, I should have shown Gaurang Prabhu's, photo also. And a lot of this work is happening actually not even since Mahaprabhu, since Matsya Avatar, the first Avatar. The first Avatar was a manuscript collector because he came to protect the Vedas, isn't it? The Vedas were lost, so he came to protect the Vedas, Matsya Avatar. And Mahaprabhu himself came back from South India with what? With manuscripts, right? And those, the Brahma Samhita, Krishna Karnamrit. And so, in fact, it's not said that he brought prasadam, he brought devotees, he probably did. But primarily it's mentioned that he brought back Shastras, right? And then he told his Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, all of these other primary disciples, the Shastra Sangraha Kariya. That's what mentioned, that they were doing all of this work. Jiva Goswami had the first library, and then so many other, then, so I'll get into more details. Later, research work, publication, Mahaprabhu, Nimai Pandit, he came back as a scholar and he utilized his scholarship, big time he utilized it for Sarvabhauma Acharya, so many others, he utilized his scholarship, right? And then Jiva Goswami, Rupa Goswami, all some of the greatest scholars, this is the strength which our parampara brings, actually, right? And then the libraries were being created by Jiva Goswami, Radha Damodar Library, Bhaktivedant Thakur's personal library in Kolkata. You can come and see that we have like that. And leading to all of this is now basically we are coming up with these library being created, manuscript collection, etc. And the Rupanuga Vidyapeeth by Jiva Goswami. All of this actually then Bhaktivedant Thakur. Here is a letter from Bhaktivedant Thakur in 1896, October 11. He sent this letter to Munich University, Germany, along with the first book that he sent. The first book that he sent abroad, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Life and Precepts, which has now been published by the Bhaktivedanta Research Center. Here he said that I'm sending you the book, and I also would like to know the rules and regulations for obtaining the degrees to your university. If you read this letter, he says that. So Bhaktivedant Thakur was looking to obtain a degree from Munich University, Germany. So should we also be thinking in that direction or no? So that's our Acharya. This is the form, this is the start of the Bhaktivedanta Institute, BI. You can say any the Bhaktivedanta Research Center and now the Bhaktivedanta University. All of this started with the first Acharya in the modern era of our parampara, Bhaktivedant Thakur. He was talking about that. And then Thakur Bhaktivedanta Research Institute was formed in 1931. The building still exists in Sridham, Mayapur, but now it's just a school, which was connected with the University of Calcutta. In 1931, it was formed. And then Bhaktivedanta Sri Thakur sent his disciple to the University, SOAS University of London. SOAS University to do a PhD on history of Gaudiya Vaishnavism, Sabhidananda Das. You can still see online. This is mentioned in SOAS University website. And this book we are publishing, History of Gaudiya Vaishnavism, in 3 different volumes. Bhaktivedanta Research Center is going to publish finally in a properly academic way. This book will be published. And here is Srila Prabhupada also. Prabhupada is talking about that we want to give degrees. Let's see if you are able to hear this.
A degree recognized by the state of California, so they can teach in universities all over the whole country.
That I want. Do it.
Yes.
We want to give degrees, at least BA, MA, and PhD, according to the advancement of knowledge.
So Prabhupada is talking about giving degrees. Prabhupada is talking about connecting with Graduate Theological Union, Berkeley. And he's also talking about that every place we need to connect with universities, create our own university. Let's hear this one.
Srila Prabhupada, in Mayapur, you were speaking about you wanted Mayapur to become a college with the University of Calcutta.
Mayapur, everywhere. The whole educational system should be changed.
We should take it over.
Change, at least this will remain as a departmental law.
Yes.
So he was talking about connecting with the different universities, also creating he asked Giriraj Maharaj to do his graduate studies in divinity. And here Prabhupada's direct quote, we are attempting again this Gurukul program, so why not begin from this small endeavor and gradually develop to the ideal university? On the whole, if you can arrange such university, there will be no financial difficulty. So that gives some solace. There will be no financial difficulty. So I think if you can kindly begin from this Gurukul attempt and then develop to the international university, that will be very practical. Letter to Dr. Chatterjee from Vrindavan on 27 September 1976. And all of these things happened actually. If you see, Bhaktivedanta Institute was formed by Srila Prabhupada himself in 1974. And then various attempts have been made. Institute of Vaishnava Studies in Florida in 1982. Oxford Center for Hindu Studies was formed in 1998. In 2002, Bhaktivedanta College, Radhadesh in Belgium. 2003, Bhaktivedanta College in Hungary was established. I'm just talking about the specific attempts for academia. Make sense? And then Bhaktivedanta Research Center, Kolkata, which we are part of, was formed in 2009. and then Institute of Science and Spirituality, Delhi, 2011, and 2018 to 2022, Bhaktivedant Research Center started developing its branches in Govardhan Eco Village here in Mumbai, in Pune, in Puri, and in Vrindavan. And then the Bhaktivedant University, the grand finale of all of this, that also has been gradually developing. On the start in 2012, the concept was conceptualized. It was approved by the Bureau, by ISKCON India, and the Land Development Initiative in 2017. Then we applied for the recognition of the university, a state-private university in the state of Uttar Pradesh. And the Bhumi Pujan happened in earlier this year. Bhumi Pujan happened by Srimati Hema Malini, who was there as the who is the member of parliament here. And then 2028, the grand university is going to form. Hari Bol. Where? In Vrindavan Dham. In Vrindavan, about half an hour away from the temple. And then later, we would like to also have the university in Sridham Mayapur, because Prabhupada's idea of TOVP was not just to have the temple, but to also have a equally grand university as the TOVP in Mayapur. There are more than about 25 to 30 acres already allotted there, which are there, where it can come. And as Adi Keshava Prabhu just said here, in Govardhan Eco Village also here, we would have a college and a branch of that university. Is that a good idea? Prabhupada said, my home, Vrindavan, my place of worship, Mayapur, and my office, Govardhan Eco Village in Mumbai. Okay? So all these three places we can have the Bhaktivedanta University. Hari Bol. Jai. Okay, this one now I'll briefly talk about. I'll rush through. You can wear your seat belts because very quickly we can go through some of the activities which have happened. Are you ready? Seat belts are on? Okay? Hari Bol. Jai. So this is 2009 in the Bhaktivedant Research Center in Kolkata. Harishwari Prabhu, Pranava Prabhu. You can see the worship of the scriptures. Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj, Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, Jananivas Prabhu, Harivilas, Harishwari Prabhu. In 2002, it was appreciated by the GBC as a library research and an academic institute serving ISKCON globally. And even the Bhaktivedanta University has been approved as an official first ISKCON university. Okay? So, Bhaktivedanta Research Center has branches in Mumbai, Pune, Kolkata, Pune, Vrindavan, affiliated to University of Mumbai, affiliated to University of Pune. All of you know this very well, but some of you are hearing online. They may not. You're not expected to read this. This is the PhD program affiliation, masters. This is Oxford Center for Hindu Studies. We have partnerships with Oxford Center for Hindu Studies, Bar-Ilan University, Israel, so many other centers. Also, many in India, like that. These are some of the pictures you can see of the MOUs, etc. And blessings from so many. Sorry for the small font here, but here you can see Devaminis Maharaj saying this is so extraordinarily important and beyond anything I can dream of. What you have done so far, BRC, or now in the university, is a massive undertaking just like the TOVP. His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj saying that the BRC is one of the most holy places in all of the world, and the Shastra Seva is vital for protecting the literary heritage from a broader perspective and historical perspective. Srila Prabhupada and all our acharyas are blessing us. Ravindu Swarup Prabhu, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj is saying, I don't know how long I will be here, but I am for you. And Vaisheshika Prabhu saying, this is to me one of the most ecstatic projects in the world. Like that. So many blessings. Manuscript missions, you can see so many manuscripts were saved, are being saved, etc. from so many different places. Prabhupada talking about that we need to save this and showcase the actual handwritings of all our acharyas. Treat this matter very seriously and thoroughly take all precautions to guard them. You can see the pathetic condition of the manuscripts. So many places we went to. And we have provided these manuscripts to in fact I have some of these manuscripts with me here, so you guys can also see later on here. This is, we provided these manuscripts like that of the Jaiv Dharma, then tree bark, palm leaf, handmade paper. Handmade paper started coming towards the end of the Jiva Goswami's presence in this world. So Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami is writing in palm leaf, etc. And in fact, it's so important, our parampara. Jiva Goswami, when he was asked by Emperor Akbar that what can we provide you? Because Emperor Akbar was favorable. He said, just provide me paper. Okay, handmade paper. He was looking for paper. It was such a precious commodity at that time. So here you can see many of our, this is the letterhead of Gaudiya Mutt from the 1920s. I have many rare artifacts here. This is the copy of the original Gaur Arti, etc. You can come and see later on. This is Mahaprabhu's handwriting, said to be Mahaprabhu's handwriting, manuscript in Gauranga Tol Mandir, Navadvip. We engraved it on zinc plates. This is our team working on it. This is a school in Bangladesh which has 9,000 manuscripts where we went, and we would like to go again. To try to preserve 9,000 plus manuscripts in just one place in Bangladesh. Many of them may be Gaudiya Vaishnava manuscripts. We don't even know what is there. And once lost means lost forever. This is in Odisha, some of the manuscripts. We also just recently went to Hyderabad and saved some of our manuscripts. We are currently digitizing manuscripts in Raghunath Bhatt Goswami's place in Vrindavan. Raghunath Bhatt Goswami's place in Vrindavan. We also did at Radharaman Parivar Vrindavan. Also their manuscripts are digitized. And we provide these to the likes of Dr. Mansburu, Bhrigupad Prabhu in Finland, who did a critical edition of Hari Bhakti Vilas of Sanatan Goswami. So we provided him these manuscripts like that. Physical and digital libraries being created. Like I said, there is also in Govardhaniko village. This is in Kolkata. The library, Gaudiya Mutt Library, the original library of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Here you can see these manuscripts and also rare books, 100-year-old library of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur being saved. Journals of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, like the Dainik Nadiya Prakash, the daily newspaper, was also being saved. You can see what was the condition of these. It's 40,000 plus pages, 5,000 issues, 8 pages per issue. These are scanning of them, the digital preservation of them. It was like this, and now it has been saved like this. And now we are getting a digital library out of this. This you can see in collaboration with Oxford Center for Hindu Studies, Jadavpur University, we are creating a digital library. Also with Bharat Jain, IIT Bombay collaboration with Gaur Hari Prabhu, we are also trying to create a chat GPT-like interface to some of these digital libraries. Like that, working with a lot of different libraries. This is Bhaktivedant Thakur's birthplace, where we have preserved his writings and also the books that he was reading. You can see trimming, binding, encapsulation, etc. So these books were saved. And here is Gauranga Prabhu holding some of the rare writings of Bhaktivedant Thakur, the original Gaur Arti, Jagannath Das Babaji original photo. This is the library in Kolkata. This is the library in Govardhaniko village. And we would like similarly a library in every temple. Is that a good idea? Every temple has Govindas, every temple has the matchless gift shop. But what about the library? But ISKCON is actually supposed to host libraries, is it not? Isn't that our more core competency? Like that. So that's what we are also trying. That, I just went to London, and then in London Soho Temple, in Bhaktivedanta Manor, London, also they are now bringing back the library there. Here in Govardhaniko village, we do have a library. But similarly, we should be libraries, and also these heritage artifacts, the original signatures of our acharyas, the original prasadam prayers, my favorite prayers, and then Gaur Arti, there are all of these also to be showcased in every temple. Is that a good idea? Every prasadam hall to show Bhaktivedant Thakur's original writing. And then Gaur Arti prayers like that, so that also we are trying. And then there's a digital library is being created. Many digital libraries. We would like to create entire Gaudiya Vaishnava digital library. And also other digital libraries of other sampradayas to be created. Scottish Church College, Prabhupada's own college. We are digitizing their library. Bagh Bazar Gaudiya Mutt, collaborating with various mutts. Here you can see they are digitizing their library. It's called St. Xavier's College, Kolkata. Prabhupada used to talk about that also, digitizing their library. So this is Navadvip. This is the Navanyaya of Navadvip, their digital library of that. You can see the books here. This is how the digital library shows up, that you can see, people can read online. We've done various exhibitions here in Govardhaniko village also, plus in various other places. Also created permanent museums in the places like the Ultadanga Museum. We created a permanent museum there of Ultadanga. So similarly, hopefully here in Govardhaniko village also to create a permanent museum. And similarly, we have done exhibitions at various places in Juhu Temple, and I just did it in London, etc. like that. And a lot of research work also. Just quickly finally share. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur actually made a statement that I want to create an encyclopedia of Vaishnavism, without which I will come back to the material world in order to create it. And he also had his letterhead, and this letterhead is here also. In this letterhead, he actually has a separate office to create an encyclopedia of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. So he had a library and research center alongside, but that could not get done. So in his last will, he mentioned the first item, create an encyclopedia of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Sundarananda to edit Manjusha, that is his last will. So Bhaktivedant Research Center has taken up this task and creating an encyclopedia of Gaudiya Vaishnavism, which is going to have information of 1600 Gaudiya Vaishnava saints, 1000 holy places, 750 plus holy books, and 19,000 plus holy words. All of this information will come in the form of a digital library first and then as a physical library. Okay? Gaudiya Vaishnava. This was the first item on his last will. So that's what we are taking up. And then many other scholars, as I'm saying, showing here, Garuda Prabhu from GTU Berkeley and also from Harvard, Dr. Ferdinando Sadela Pranava Prabhu from Stockholm University, Indiana University, Premdas Prabhu, Oxford Center for Hindu Studies, Lalit Madhav Prabhu, Dr. Lucien Wong, like that. Ravi Gupta, Dr. Ravi Gupta, who is Radhika Raman Prabhu from Utah State University. So many of these scholars, they are all part of our team, and many research assistants also. And various publications have come out. This is master's thesis and PhD thesis by Krishna Sheth Swami Maharaj from Oxford and from GTU Berkeley on deity worship. So, and all of these books are, by the way, there in the library, which is here in Govardhaniko village. You can see all of these books which are there. And then for Mandir Seva, there is Madan Mohan, a book on Madan Mohan. I guess people are aware of that, which is a full research on Madan Mohan, which was an idea of Gauranga Prabhu himself to do a full research on Madan Mohan. That book has come out. Dham Seva, there are books on Tirupati, books on, and then books also on Kanchipuram, Rameshwaram. And then Gauranga Prabhu published his master's thesis, which is Legacy of Community Building, the Bhakti Traditions, Lessons from Lord Chaitanya's Life and Precepts. So that master's book has also been published. And then Radhika Raman Prabhu's PhD thesis from Oxford, South Asia edition on Chaitanya Vaishnava Vedanta of Jiva Goswami. And then Harvard ka Chaitanya Charitamrita, like that. Various books like that. I can't, if I go through all of them, we'll sit through the evening. So 23 books have been published here, and Mahaprabhu's, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Life and Precepts, Bhaktivinoda Thakur's book has been published, the book he published 100 years ago. So Likita Jeevani, his autobiography of Bhaktivinoda Thakur in Bengali has been published and will come up in English also soon. And many upcoming books on Padmanabh Swami, on Lord Chaitanya's inspired Jagannath temples in Bengal, like that. A book on Radharaman is coming up. And then Rameshwaram book is actually a Gaur Mandal Parikrama Bhakti Saraswati Thakur book has not been published yet, a book by him, and so we are coming up with that. A book on Go Seva, Acharya Seva, like that. And Tamal Krishna Maharaj's book, PhD thesis on Srila Prabhupada is coming up. And one of the biographies of Lord Chaitanya, which is Gauranga Vijay, which was never published, a lost biography, is going to be published for the first time. This book was never published at all, never come up in English. It was written only 100 years after Lord Chaitanya. And books on Bhakti Saraswati Thakur and various other philosophy books, etc., which are coming up. Also a book by Bhaktivinoda Thakur in 1869, the Bhagavad, its philosophy, its ethics and its theology. Sundarkanda, Valmiki Ramayana, etc. Like that, so many other books are coming up. And now I'll briefly tell you, other than our academic conferences, we are helping various scholars, etc. Also, but finally I'll tell you briefly about the university. I'm way over time now. So I'll tell you briefly about the university. The Bhaktivedanta University, culminating, is over 100 acres land in Vrindavan. There is already a Gurukul there, by the way, which is then for a few years. So now Bhaktivedanta Research Center, Bhaktivedanta University coming together. So there are various faculties. This is, the Bhumi Pujan of this has already happened. Faculty of Cultural Studies, Vocational Studies, and also Natural Sciences. You can see Cultural Studies, the Performing Arts, Theology, Visual and Creative Art, all the 64 arts, Film and Television, Vocational Studies, Agricultural Sciences. And so you can see good collaboration will happen with GEV also. Agricultural Sciences, Animal Studies, Healthcare, Environmental Conservation. So you can see all of this will, sustainability, rural trade, green energy, Vedantic Natural Sciences, Consciousness Studies, Astrology, Mathematics and Logic, Life Sciences, Elementary Practices, and then Health and Integrated Wellness, Yoga Meditation, Ayurveda, Mental Health, Ayurvedic Hospital. You see, all are especially sitting here in Govardhan Eco Village, which is doing all of this work, but now the Bhaktivedant University will actually develop former academic schools and faculties in all of these things. And finally, leadership development also. The Masters of Public Administration, MBA with leadership development, organizational leadership, and then educational leadership, etc. So in all of these fields, there will be masters, there is bachelors, masters, PhD, everything like that. Okay? So I'm just rushing through so many of these things would happen. This is what the university will look like. Okay, and couple of these buildings has already been established. Okay, this is the master plan. You can see these buildings which have already been established. They are here. A lot of farming is also already happening there. When the Gurukul is established, then the Chief Minister, Honorable Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath was there, who inaugurated the Gurukul at that time. And then this is the building, which is the academic building, which is there. This is the Ayurveda hospital, which has already been established. Here you can see the picture of Hema Malini ji and Gauranga Prabhu and Dr. Lila Purushottam Das, which is Lakshmidhar Behra, who is the director of IIT Mandi, whose life mission actually is this particular seva of developing this university. The Bhumi Pujan happened just a couple of months back. So, and Guru Prasad Swami Maharaj, who was then the chairman of GBC, he was also there. So this is happening. You can see the construction pictures also here, which are there. So the university is happening. As I said, it will be spread over 100 acres. Actually, it will be we are looking at maybe develop to more than 2,500 students, 50 plus faculty members, 30 plus staff members, a 70-bedded Ayurveda hospital, all of these different things to happen. 70-bedded Ayurveda hospital. So, huge development to happen. This will be a mega project, actually, like that, as you can see. But all of the Bhaktivedant Research Center, etc., gradually developing into all of these different things. Our inspiration, so many of our current acharyas, you can see all of these different faculty from various IITs and also from, America, etc., like that. They are all part of this thing. And so we are extremely gung-ho about this project. It will happen by 2028, at least. There is the idea is that the university should start 2028. It should start. And in fact, there's a deadline there. Because if we don't start by that time, then the government takes back the permission for the university. Because you're not developing any university. We have given you the permission. It's a state-private university in Uttar Pradesh. So I'm sure I'm seeing a lot of potential, big scholars here. And so we seek the blessings of anyone and everyone here. And this is, and by the way, there is this master, just couple of programs here. If people are interested, then master's program, PhD program is already happening. Not as part of the university yet, because university will come up, but as part of Bhaktivedant Research Center. And also with IIT Mandi, where Dr. Lakshmidhar Behra is the director, there is a master's happening in IKS, which is in person. People who are interested, they can still apply for it in master. This is the very unique program in Indian knowledge systems. And masters by research in Sanskrit or in philosophy happening here at Bhaktivedant Research Center. People who are interested, then they can apply for that also, because we need three things: books, bricks and bhaktas, right? So books are coming up, bricks means the institutions, and bhakta means the people who will do this. All of these things come up, then like this verse particular said, that the Vani of the Lord has to resound in all directions, all over the world, or what to speak of all over the universe, yeah? All over the universe, it has to resound, and it has to resound especially in the field of academia, because that's how we think we are sure that it can last over thousands of years. You see, Oxford and Cambridge, they have lasted for how long? 800, 1,000 years. No other institution. Corporates and all have not lasted that long. Oxford is a 1,000-year-old university. 1,000. Cambridge is more than 800-year-old university. So Bhaktivedanta University has the potential to last over 1,000, or what to speak of even 10,000 years. We can do so with your kind blessings. And now you can take off your seat belts. I've spoken too long. I'm happy to take any comments, corrections, reflections, etc. Thank you so much. I'm already sweating here. This verse was given to me less than 12 hours back by one of my Guru, Sri Gaur Charan Prabhu.
See, it's nothing happens by chance.
But I will tell you, Prabhu, maybe I have done 6 Bhagavatam classes like this, and it's not a chance that every time you can relate the verse
to this subject.
in such an amazing way. There was this verse given about Lord Brahma, there was a verse given about Matsya Avatar. First time I did it. So Matsya Avatar turned out to be the first manuscript collector. Then there was a verse which was given about the Lord Brahma when he was struggling on top of the lotus. Then he was having a very tough time. So then finally, how did he actually conquer that? He actually utilized the knowledge that he had received from the Lord. Lord spoke the knowledge to him in the year, right? So after he received the knowledge, there was still a lot of wind. There was still a lot of turbulence which was there. So, but because now he had received the knowledge from the Lord, he swallowed all of the wind, and all of the water also he swallowed. So that way he brought about peace in the world, and then he constructed everything. So by the Vedic knowledge that he had received, he could do the first construction of the universe, and so all of this, essentially, you can basically relate any particular verse to the Bhaktivedant University. And the Bhaktivedanta, that was my practical experience of all of this.
Introducing. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I mean,
I'm sweating a lot now.
Everyone is stunned, so they don't have any questions. So anyway, we'll take this opportunity. Those who don't know Balram Lila Prabhu, there's no need of introduction. You saw, the way he was presenting. He is like a crusader in this subject. He's so much from his heart he's speaking, and he's not just speaking, he's into action. So my purpose is those who are here, he sometimes, it's a very thankless job. He puts a stall and hardly anyone goes to even see, but today of course. So please take out some time and just go and see the manuscript which is saved, preserved and kept alive. So from our heart, let us appreciate and also wish him all the best in this mission that he is already doing so. But he is the only person I see talking so much with passion. Because it's not so easy to talk on this subject. We can just, So let us offer our, our usual way by loudly chanting 3 times Hari Bol to Bariyaram. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So we wish you all the best, and nothing happens without Lord's mercy. So you are already been empowered, and the university is coming up. Thank you very much.
So kind of you always.
No, I Thank you very much, Balram Lila Prabhu, once again for this presentation. I think those who attended, we are very blessed, we are very fortunate to know in detail about. It's very difficult to see all these slides, because unless you go there, you'll never get a chance to see this. So many activities.
Yeah, it's a huge team, Prabhu. It's a huge team. Yeah. As I said, we have a very capable, you can see the director of IIT Mandi himself will be full-time leading this work.
Yeah.
He is dedicated to this, Gauranga Prabhu, so many of the other people. So it's a huge team. I'm just a tiny spokesperson here, but it's a mega effort, as really kind of like the range of the TOVP, both in terms of Lakshmi, hundreds of crores of, and also in terms of the effort which needs to go in for this. So all kinds of blessings are absolutely required.
You are speaking in an age where cricket players are the celebrities, the film stars are the celebrities, the industrialists are the celebrities. People worship them, and you are introducing this. Who is going to accept this as a career?
Yeah.
So there has to be someone very special.
Yeah. Yeah.
To make this as a career. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Any comments, questions, concern, whatever, and also in terms of how you could connect, participate, etc. Then,
no, Prabhu,
as they say, as there are 4 things, One is correction, and then correction, reflection, question, or action.
Correction,
Any of the
reflection,
four.
question, or action.
Correction,
You have humbled us.
correction, reflection, question. Correction, question, reflection, action. That's it.
We'll just appreciate. Hare Krishna.
Or appreciation.
Anyone has any question? Please, Prabhuji has put his heart and soul into this mission. It's very rare. He's asking, you need
Okay,
any...
everybody can say at least one word before you take a. Because,
No, you want anyone
well, probably
to
you
join.
heard 5,000 words from me. You can share one word.
You need people to volunteer for this mission.
Yeah, that's what I said. In terms of your studies, you can, or you can share that word, or if any other way you want to participate, and obviously you spread the message. But one is just even in terms of studies. If people are interested in this kind of studies, etc., then we are happy to share more on that. There are a lot of seats even in the masters. Where sitting here is Gaurnam Prabhu, who is coordinating this program. So people who would be interested in these type of studies, then they can participate. But if you would like to help in any other way, in terms of spreading the message or doing any even administrative work or etc. like that, any of the things that you want to do as far as seva, the scope is maximum, then we are happy to. We will be very happy to connect with you.
At least this should be spoken whenever you get a chance that someone is doing this work.
Yes.
And maybe someone else also, maybe somewhere in India may be doing. I don't know, but we know only you.
There are
that
things
you are,
happening, but you know that the credibility and the academic rigor that we bring in, which ISKCON can bring in, and all that is very special. This is our main core competency in that sense. But first of all, there are hardly any such. So we, deeply research-oriented Vedic universities are hardly there. So we definitely have a very special place to contribute. This is our main core competency, is it not? There are institutions that are specialized in yoga, Ayurveda. There are institutions that are specialized in social work. Some are good in politics, administration. What is a special thing? What is our core competency? Education, right? That's what our acharyas did the maximum.
So,
To bring some.
probably we call geologists, archaeologists. Who are you?
हमें एक अच्छा कुछ ढूंढना पड़ेगा. Somebody झाड़ू मारने को क्या बोलते हैं?
नहीं, कुछ तो होगा ना? There must be someone who goes deep into find out.
Trying to clear off the dust with the jhadu in front of the people who would like to learn and teach this most profound knowledge system in the world. Just trying to clear.
Some English word must be there. No, who is?
I can see one of the words is what?
Who is the one who goes to protect?
One who does the clearing. Now, उसको क्या बोलते हैं? Bhangi, yes, or something like that. That's a good word, I think.
Time to stop.
Somebody who is the street sweeper, maybe agar the sophisticated word bola to street sweeper. Because once we clear up this whole thing, then the grand chariot of Lord's Vani and his bhaktas who have the knowledge will move forward. So we'll try to clear up this path, let's say.
Once again, thank you very much, Prabhu. Everyone, please again chant 3 times Hari Bol for Balram Leela Prabhu. Loudly. Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Jai, all Guru Shishla Prabhupada ki